I was really highly inspired by the speech that I've been listening from our chief guest, an eminent personality who has made a significant impact in the science and technology of our nation in declaring how India can stand up to the occasion. So the Prime Minister puts a challenge in front of the world arena into the mighty country like US, saying we Indians can also stand up to the occasion, and there he comes within a short span of time and then declares we as Indians are not less in any way, and then portraying to the entire world we are capable and we have the way to look forward in any field. I believe such eminent personality sharing dais with us and being amongst us to inspire the young generation. That's more important. He has come here all the way to do what? To trigger you, to motivate you, to pep up something inside you, to become a true engineer. The entire speech I was listening was only telling one thing. Come on, engineering fellows. Engineer. You are not here to do anything else. You have to do engineering. The entire Achariya philosophy in engineering college says, engineering padikadingada, engineering kathukonga. Engineering kathukkradhu vera, engineering padikkiradhu vera. That's what he was doing always. The emphasis in the entire speech was saying, do research and focus on your true research. Focus on your true research, because all the patterns that the Indian fellows are producing, every year we are producing PhD scholars, but none of them is not hitting the market. That's what he was pointing out. It is not hitting the market because our engineering sometimes has become very, very shallow. Why? Most of the engineering colleges that we are having across the nation are only trying to do engineering for sake of employment. So, engineering for employment is employable engineers. They are the basic fellows. They know something about engineering, some words about engineering, some here and there clue about their field, and they get the basic training from the employees. They will train you for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, sometimes even a year, and equip you to be employable for the rest of your life in some field, some operation. You go to the industry and see the quantum of work done by engineer is very minuscule. You are not there to do any engineering beyond that, and that is the basic level of engineer. And that basic engineers we are producing enough, who know some words in the field of engineering, who have seen 4 years of books and notebooks and exams and other things. Just some terminologies they know. They are dictionary of engineers who know some words, some meanings. Do they understand? Very few. Very few understand what is behind those words. And can they apply those understanding? Very few. Out of 100, I can say 20 people in the engineering graduate can understand. And among the 20, only 2 of them go to the application. And don't mistake me, I am not talking about engineering graduates at the BE level. I am talking about even the PhD fellows who are doing PhD in engineering. Even they have done their engineering to the level of a PhD guy. So I was doing my personal, I am an educator, I am a teacher, I am nothing but a teacher. But I have done my homework as a teacher. So I went in to see all the countries and humanities progress because of education, what has been the influence of education on the individuals and on the national scale. I was looking into Africa. Why Africa is like Africa? What is the education in Africa? I was going into the primitive things happening in Africa, the basic schooling. One thing struck me. The African student is getting everything. English, par excellence. Sometimes they are French, par excellence. The basic language is good. The international language is good. They can speak good English. The history, geography, science, they are teaching everything. The language is everything. And only one thing is done in a different manner, the mathematics. So what for example, an Indian student who does mathematics in 8th standard will be the mathematics in 12th standard for African fellow. Which means what we do in 5th standard mathematics will be the mathematics for a 10th standard in Africa. The curriculum. So what a 8th standard fellow will be doing in Africa will be like our 3rd standard fellows can do in India, the Indian context, okay. And they have lifted this, so African graduate mathematics will be like our 10th standard mathematics. Post-graduation will be like our 12th standard mathematics. Then, if they do MPhil or something like that, it will be like our graduate mathematics. And if they do PhD there, you understand? It will be like that. Our Indian graduation, like that. So, somewhere I have seen the entire country or the continent of Africa just by replacing or repositioning the curriculum of mathematics, the entire country or continent in Africa is having a huge setback. They are 30, 40 years behind India. India itself is behind 30, 40 years compared to other countries. I have seen countries, I am declaring that. Okay, with a lot of integrity and authenticity and responsibility for the word I am giving, I am saying India is 30, 40 years behind many countries. And Africa is equally 30, 40 years. If you want to see India in 2070, go to some of the countries in Africa, it will be like that only. 2018, what was the facilities and infrastructure available in India? You can still see the same infrastructure and facilities and the innovation and technology presence. Some things that you are not using, they are still using. Some technologies are still happening there. And that is the condition. And why? Because they have just lifted 4 or 5 years of the curriculum and put it ahead. In which field? The logical intelligence. The mathematics part, the logical intelligence. As an engineer, you should be very much aware. Engineering calls for logical intelligence. And you think, is it done only to Africa? Who did it to Africa? The fellows who are ruling Africa did it. 150 years before, 200 years before, they telescopically thought over this country or this continent needs to give us only resources. And these fellows should not be able to enjoy their own resource. Africa is abundant. They are still going and plundering the resources of Africa. And they wanted to enjoy their resources, and so they said, these fellows in Africa should not be empowered, to use their own resource. We will go there and plunder the resource. That's how they designed the education system there. So they telescopically remove the logical intelligence of the fellows there, and still now the education system is trying to catch up. And it is a criminal approach. Very, very cunning, very cunning. And my dear brothers and sisters, was it done only to Africa? The same thing was done equally to India. Much more than Africa, it was done to Indians and India. Something about us has been removed and kept it at the higher level. Like I said, the mathematics which was supposed to learn in 8th standard, somebody is learning only in the college level. So what we do in engineering right now is knowing the engineering words, the information, the knowledge, that's all. But that should have come from the school days. You go to America and see the school days, school functioning in America to become an engineer. They have a program called STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics. From the school level, which class? LKG, UKG, 1st standard, 2nd standard. Which class it is there? Oh my God. Not after 12th standard, not after 10th standard, not after 8th standard. Even in LKG, UKG, 1st standard, 2nd standard, you got a separate class called STEM. Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics. So if you want to engineer, you should have the knowledge of engineering, the understanding of engineering, and should have a scope to apply that engineering right from the start. You should have that space for that. Now they have removed it and kept it after 12th standard. Even after 12th standard, first year of college, nothing much to engineer. And you go to your mainstream, you know what you do. A lot of exams are coming. You pass all the exams. You know how to pass the exams. For 12 years you've been trained to do that. And they have master approach techniques, last minute gameplay, and you pass the examination, come out with engineering certificate. And then you see what India is producing so many engineers who cannot be employed. Why? The employment is looking for something else. Yes, we have the challenge there. And again you go to employment, you cannot still engineer because they are not looking at you as engineer. What all that is engineering is done by the Japanese or the Germans or other fellows across other countries, because anything in this room in the name of technology or engineering is not done by engineering actually in the first place. We are the next place. You show this mic, we will imitate it. We mirror it. You show this phone, we can imitate it, we can mirror it. We are very good at copycat. We can copy immediately. Oh, this is there, this flower, artificial flower, we can immediately engineer the entire process to imitate. Why? That's how we learned in school days. From the book to notebook, from notebook to test paper, from test paper to exam paper. We always copy. And what else you expect from our students? Our students in Achariya with a tie-up in Canada, went all the way to Canada to study, and then first assignment, all stuck 0, 0, 0. And they call me, your students are copying. What? Your students are copying? Yes. Tell them this is not acceptable and we are not recommending such practices. I call the fellows, what are you doing? You are copying. No, copy la unadilla net la paathu night full ah padichu kastapattu adunum net la irundhu paathu padichi நம்ம assignment கொடுத்தா அதெல்லாம் காப்பி இல்ல, அது சொந்தமா எழுத சொல்றாங்க. நான் என்னைக்குனா சொந்தமா எழுதிருக்கோம். We have to memorize everything verbatim and then put it in the paper. And there they are saying, no, you understand and put it in your own words. Put it in your own words. Your understanding have to be used and put it in your own words. I said, that's wonderful. So, the Camden College partnership, I learned something that even if it is in the book, it is copying. And that's what we learned in the name of engineering. So, if we need to really have an advanced country, advancements in technology, advancements in engineering, something has to be done basically. That's what our chief guest was pointing out very specifically. Our basics have to be very strong. And for that, please listen 1 minute. If you are an engineering student, fine, for what purpose you are in the field of engineering? You might be in mechanical, you might be in civil, you might be in EC, you might be in computer science, you might be any field. First, are you looking at engineering only from the space of an employee who are going for employment? Only for salary? Yes. Then you have a different game to play. Or you want to go into a space of self-employment, a little above, who is a professional, who can do some engineering on his own capacity, on his own ability, on his own creativity. You can become self-employed. People need you for your expertise. So our chief guest is having expertise in some zone, some area, some field, oceanography, and those areas of sea resource optimization. And that expertise, people need it. They exclusively come and ask, we need your help in so and so area because you have an expertise. If you are going to study for employment, that is one category. If you are going to study for expertise, that is a different category. And those fellows who are going to look for expertise are true engineers. They are the engineers. Others are not engineers. They work under those engineers. They help those engineers. That's all. They facilitate those engineers. But the true engineers are the engineers who can do something in their own self-capacity. How many of the civil engineers who come out of engineering college can design this small bridge there in their own capacity? Can design their own house structure? Can design something in their own capacity? If you have that expertise, yes, you are an engineer. Your engineering has come to a self-ground. And then, if you can go to the next level, where he was equally mentioning, in this 21st century, if you want to do something in technology and engineering, you cannot do it alone. You have to collaborate. And I'm telling you, those fellows who can showcase their expertise in some area, real showcasing and expertise. It should not be the knowledge level, it should not be the understanding level, it should have the application level. And those are the guys the world is expecting. The mechanical world, the civil world, the computer world, industry, everybody is looking for those fellows to collaborate and co-create. To collaborate and co-create. You are the highly wanted fellows. Among the 100 fellows who come out of a batch, 80 are employed. 20 fellows can be the expert fellows who can really go into the expertise, who can do the PhD, who can do something in innovation, who can do something in creation. And 2 or 3, as he was mentioning, you have to collaborate with the other fields of engineering. You have to co-create with other fields. You are a mechanical guy, go with the civil guy, go with the electronic guy, and then co-create something. Co-create something. A smart house or smart bridge or smart crane or anything. The mechanical, civil and electronics, computers all come together. And these are the guys who are highly wanted in the 21st century. Who can co-create. Collaborate and co-create. And then, yes, the next level of fellows, whom I have a lot of admiration, my fellows, because I love them. They are the fellows who really come out with innovation. Innovation of the higher order. They throw away the existing practices, the existing products. They come with something new, fresh, something the world has never seen, something the world has never believed is possible. And then they say, this is the ultra-modern, latest, updated, totally new to this planet. And these guys, my God, they revolutionize the market, they kill the existing market and create a new market. They kill the existing product and create a new product. And then they show a new possibility and create abundance and comfort, and they make the planet more lazy, more cozy, and much more easy for all humanity. These are the true engineers. Those who make the humanity more lazy, more cozy, and more easy. They are the true engineers. And they are now the most wanted fellows. Everybody says Steve Jobs was a businessman or this thing, that thing, that thing. But he was a true engineer. He could have done anything. But in co-creation space, now he came up with something else, And he showed something of a new possibility no other fellow has visualized or imagined. Such is the order of that kind of a breed of people. One among you, if one among you is coming to that category, one among you, we can put the entire world under the feet of India. That's all. It needs only one fellow. Apple has got itself positioned much more than the revenue of America. The entire world they are eating because of the mind of a mighty fellow, the engineering mind. So one such fellow I am looking for. One among you, that's all. And those fellows are the need of the hour, who will do real advancements in science and technology, who will do real advancement in engineering. And then when one fellow, two fellow, and India is a beautiful country, very beautiful country, because you are designed to mirror, you are designed to copycat. So one fellow comes, immediately we cannot tolerate it. We will produce one more fellow. Two fellow comes, we cannot tolerate it. We will produce 20 more fellows. And then the cycle of innovation and improvisation, ultimately we will declare to the entire world, we are the fellows. And that is not way forward. When I was in my engineering college, the dream was sold, India 2020. Now they are postponing it to India 2025. It might be postponed to anything, but are you going to prepone it in your capacity? What is your value addition to your field? You might be engineering, maths, whatever you are having the challenges. But as a student today, declare 20 years from now, can you do that magic? Are you going to look yourself as only an employer? Are going to be an expert as a self-employer? Are you going to be an enterprise or establishment fellow with some innovation co-creating or something like that? Or are you going to be somebody who is going to be the higher order fellow who is going to influence and impact the entire planet with your engineering marvel. That engineering marvel is expected of you. Enrich your field. And such programs, and every paper presentation is coming across the program. I was told 150 plus papers are coming today. People are here with a lot of enthusiasm and energy. Please listen to each and every paper presentation with a lot of keenness. People say, what is it boring? I want to know. I don't know. I want to. Please listen. Enjoy it. Explore it. Empower yourself with it. So when Africa takes time, India takes time. It's taking time because of the design. Please put it in your mind. You can redesign at least yourself. You need not be carried away with the masses. You redesign yourself. You reposition yourself. And then tell yourself, I need not be postponing my research and my development in the field after my UG, after my PG, after my MPhil, or after my PhD. No. Do your research and development now. If you are a mechanical engineer, do some research and development now. Let your engineering be showcased even in your PG, UG level. Don't go and buy the projects. Your projects genuinely, truly, honestly do it. Declare what you have learned. Genuinely, please, for heaven's sake, try to break it into pieces and see to what capacity you have triggered yourself to engineering. Don't blame your friends, don't blame the university, don't blame your professors. Every resource that you need is already free. Knowledge is free, totally free. Only one Bhagavan you have to do. Go and meet that Bhagavan every day. Spend some time with that Bhagavan every day. And that Bhagavan will give you everything. He will give you everything, totally free. Anything else, all knowledge is free. Google Bhagavan. Go spend time with Google Bhagavan. He will give you everything. Everything is free. If you don't meet Google Bhagavan for your science, your technology, you are meeting Google Bhagavan for something else, nonsense, he will give you only nonsense in life. Google Bhagavan give what you ask. You make your sense and you will get it. So with that note, I am telling you, such programs, when Rajesh is taking a lot of enthusiasm and the team is co-creating the space and an international kind of arrangement is there, and the national level papers are coming and people are enthusiastically coming forward. These are the times you need to see. Recheck yourself. Am I preponing things or I am postponing things? In my mind, I have started doing my research and development, my understanding, my application of engineering. Is it going to be after my engineering college? Is it going to be after my PhD? No, it should be now, it should be today. From today onwards, find something to research, find something to apply, find something to showcase your possibility in engineering. If you are an engineer and if you cannot engineer, don't tell you are an engineer. Don't waste your time. Don't put shame on yourself. You are an engineer only when you can engineer, and when you can engineer, not after engineering college, during the engineering college itself, you should have spent enough time and energy in that direction. Copycat from the book to notebook, test to test paper, it's only for the certificate. That certificate engineers, we have lakhs and lakhs coming up, who cannot even be employed. That's the biggest challenge. If you are looking for the basic level, it's fine. I'm thinking, one among you will put India on top of the world. Only one among you I'm asking. Decide it can be you. You don't have super intelligence, you don't have super knowledge, you don't have super I think you only have to have only one thing. You should not be a somberi, that's all. Thank you, love you so much.